of your resume being constantly ignored by recruiters, then this video is for you. I'll be sharing with you 3 costly mistakes that you're making on your resume and simple but powerful tips that will help you improve your resume and increase your chances of getting called for that interview. So let's jump right into number 1, putting the education section before the experience section. Now, this is something that I've seen constantly whenever I review resumes for folks, and every time I'm just like, nah, you're doing it wrong. I get it. You've worked super hard for your CGPA and you've aced your test scores, and you want to show potential employers how smart you really are. But here's the thing you need to know: recruiters care way more about your actual on-the-job experience than your education experience. So think about it this way: would you rather hire someone with the perfect 4-point or 5-point CGPA but is lacking the real-world experiences, or would you hire someone that has a 3.5 CGPA but also has impressive work experiences and internships that they've done in the past? The answer is pretty obvious, right? Employers want to see that you can actually translate all that you've learned in school into tangible results, and the easiest way that you can showcase that is in your work experience section. So if you've been putting your education section before your experience section, it's time to flip that and always put your work experience section before your education. Now, this brings me to number 2, which is the lack of quantifiable, achievements in your experience section, or another way to put it is not shining the light on your experience section. We've already established that your experience section is the foundation that either sells you as a candidate or disqualifies you when a recruiter is looking at your resume. But here's the mistake so many people do: they simply list their duties and the responsibilities without focusing on the results or the impact they made in that particular role. So what hiring managers really want to see is that you have evidence that you can go above and beyond, on that role they hire you. You can innovate, you can drive real results for the company. So if you have a front-end engineering resume, in your experience section, instead of just saying you implemented CSS styling for applications and websites, how about you write it more result focused? Something like you developed 20 plus reusable React components using CSS, which resulted in better code quality and maintenance over time. Do you see what I mean? These quantifiable achievements and the numbers jump off to anyone that is reading your resume. An extra tip is to sprinkle in some strong action verbs like developed, spearheaded, and implemented when describing your experience. If you're looking to write your resume from scratch, I have the perfect video for you: how to write a resume using ChatGPT, so be sure to check that out. Now, this brings me to the last and third costly mistake, which is merely listing your skills on your resume without demonstrating them. A lot of folks have a section in their resume that lists all the skills without necessarily demonstrating how good they really are. And I have to say, simply listing out, your skills and your talents won't cut it. It's better to always show and not tell. So when writing your resume, you have to go the extra mile to demonstrate how you put those skills into action. First things first, make sure you understand the full breadth of all the skills that you actually have, both your technical skills, your soft skills, your interpersonal skills. Make a big list of everything that you bring as a candidate to the table. Then from there, you can start tailoring the most relevant skills for each specific job that you're applying for. Don't just write phrases like attention to detail, right? Instead, give a brief example that proves that you actually have those qualities. If you want to demonstrate your attention to detail as a web developer, after the bullet point, you can add a sentence that says conducted monthly web audits to identify and rectify 15 plus website errors. So do you see how this is more convincing than just putting attention to detail? And finally, be sure that you weave in your skills into those bullet points under your work experience section too. At the end of the day, hiring managers need to be able to clearly visualize how you apply your skills on that particular job. So this strategy ensures that your entire resume is a cohesive reflection of what you're bringing to the table. So, following these 3 tips and fully optimizing your resume is crucial in today's competitive job market. So, it ensures that you stand out from the pile of applications out there and shows hiring managers why you need to be called for that interview. If you found this video helpful in any way, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching. As always, I remain Esther, and best of luck in your job search. Bye for now.